Touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go. 50, plant. 55.
Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now.
Speed driven. Speed driven.
On first down, Ashley. He'll have a first down past the 40. And finally brought down at the 43. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down. Boy, the offensive line there, that was a thing of beauty to watch them block.
I love how you give a little appreciation for those big guys up front, and well-deserved. But how about the execution behind them? You can see the hours of practice that have gone into it. Great pocket by the running back. Quarterback puts it right in the perfect spot. Great mesh point by them. The timing on point. The run even better.
Great gains back-to-back. Last time over 30 yards. Better than 20 here.
On the double.
Hey, watch the ball, watch the ball. Tight end left, tight end left. Hey, 4 down, 4 down.
Greystone, travel. Hey, Orville. Ready?
On first down, Page. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucks. Mike Evans with touchdown number 12 on the year. As his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. First carry now for Alexander Madison. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 29-yard line.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great...
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Stephon Diggs, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Tavecchio good on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They'd like to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
On the set. Hey, by 7.
Check 43.
Protein spill.
Check 99. Check 99.
Hurry, hurry. Let's go.
They'll run on first down. Ashland. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Check the backer. Check the backer.
Topper, topper.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
2nd and 9 now. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 16, 1st down Tampa Bay.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
I'm coming for the son. I'm coming for the son.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
At the Vikings' 13-yard line.
Here we go. 18 Gator.
So don't say nothing.
Let's go.
Looking to throw. Page. That's complete right around the 8. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 7 yards on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
3rd down.
Got it.
Change the mic. Watch Mike. Watch Mike. Yeah, let's get set lunch.
Ready.
Back to throw. Page. His pass caught at the 4. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the 1st down as he's tackled at the 2. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now.
Ready, set.
Mike 55. You can't block
61. Matchbox light. Hit it.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on 1st down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it in the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. This will be play number 8 on the drive. It's 3rd and goal.
Hey, Haywood.
Mike 55. Right there in the middle. 55.
Now.
From the gun, Page. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And the Vikings pick up the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A bad 3rd down mistake there.
Points were already on the board in their mind. And that's the worst part about it, right? Because it's just like in golf. Never count it in the cup until it rolls in there. Otherwise, you can really get messed up with your scores. In this case, you know they thought, hey, at least 3, maybe even a chance to get 6. It's a little bit demoralizing going off the field now that you've turned it over and you come up empty.
Yeah, if he holds on to that, at least the field goal on 4th down. Now they lose it. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. Complete. Smith has it. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Makes it 3rd and 3.
Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
Hey, Zoo.
From the gun on third down, Abraham, and he's able to find Diggs. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
Ready? 70, Indy. Pilot, 64, we.
Come to my world. Slam.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Break.
94 is the mark. Come on, boy. Come on, boy.
Smooth.
You ready?
Shoot.
To throw on second down. Abraham eluding the pressure. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
That one goes for 24 yards. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. And Diggs has it. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down.
That's another Vikings first down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
This quarterback now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. A give to Cook out of the gun. He'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Off play action. Abraham. Able to complete this one to McLeod. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
That's a gain of 3. Now 3rd and 5.
Already a pair of third down conversions for them on this drive, but right now they need 5 yards on this third down try. Looking to throw. Abraham. And that's caught by Smith. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 21 yards there on third down. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always back.
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Jerome Baker make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Hey, wahoo! Get it.
Back to throw. Abraham. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
The Vikings on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 17. Looking to throw. Abraham. That'll be complete to Cook. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. Give him 9 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. That will go down as a 15-play drive, and it results in 3 points. So some disappointment?
It's funny. We had our conference before the game with the offensive coordinator, and what did he tell us? I just want every drive to end in a kick, right? An extra point, a punt, or a field goal. Well, in this case, I think it is a little bit of a disappointment because it did end in a kick, but that type of a drive should end in the end zone.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And so close to hitting pay dirt last time. Fumbling down near the goal line. Now, how does that affect their psyche this time around?
It's a tester, that's for sure, because to be that close and come away with no points is really disappointing, not just for the guys on offense, but the defensive players, too, who thought, hey, we're going to put some points up and have a little momentum going. They've got to find a way to just get it out of their minds, let it go,
short-term memory,
and move on to the next series.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. 2nd down and inches. This one caught by his tight end, Oliver. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Here's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 16. First down, Tampa Bay.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Oliver, the tight end, making the catch. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Operating from the gun. Page. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Scott Miller, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Bullock good on the extra point, and the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again. Abraham. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
Set 70, Indy. Hey, seam 6, seam 6. Yo, go.
94 is the
Get it.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Abraham. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Ready, break.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So we are at halftime here on Christmas Eve. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
We got this.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. That one definitely helps as they try to push the ball down the field here, trailing early in the 3rd quarter.
And even though they're trailing, not abandoning the running game. People may call it an adjustment. I think it's just much more sticking to what works for you and continuing to have faith in it. And the running game is starting to pay off.
The throw over the middle taken in. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
And that's the 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Back to throw. Page. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward. An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Looking to throw. Abraham. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. Call that a gain of 38. A big march forward on the third down conversion. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the third quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
Loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 39-yard line.
Down. 60 or. Hey, Haywood.
Looking to throw on second down. Abraham into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Here's Bullock now for the extra point. It's up and good to make it 21-17. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. Throwing after the interception, Abraham. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well. This quarterback now nearing the 300-yard mark with still a quarter to play. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough.
Ready. 70, Indy. I'm going to run you over. Hey, Zoo.
To throw on second down, Abraham. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left, roll him out, bootleg him, do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, current formula is not working right now. On the NFL scoreboard elsewhere, third quarter down in Arizona. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this day, has got to be priority one.
They'll keep it on the ground. Ashley. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. From the gun, Page. He's got the hook up to Miller. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Here's Lachlan Edwards now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Give him 11 yards that time on the return, and the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Kill.
General West. Hey, exit. 5.
Throwing again. Abraham got an open man. It's Washington. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
Go! 94.
We're off to the 4th quarter here on Christmas Eve. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
17.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Abraham. It's complete to Diggs. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 8. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
They had yet to run the ball at all on this drive, but 3rd and short, definitely was a great time to dial one up.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Off the play fake. Abraham going deep for Diggs. It's caught at the 10. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs. His 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead. Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And that gives him a 3-point lead.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
On the ready.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not pump the ball again.
Airing this one out for Evans. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. 2nd and 10. And this is caught by Evans. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 29 yards. First down. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, echo. On. Ready.
From the gun, Page. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. Nothing at all on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball,
Get a completion.
you get a catch,
Yeah.
30 base.
but still,
No
no
yardage.
yardage. Okay.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Past the 20. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Chris Godwin, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Buccaneers have once again taken the lead. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
24.
Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4.
Check 55, Mike. Rip right.
Get it.
Operating from the gun. Page. He may try and run for this. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. Bullock's kick is good, and that'll make this a 7-point game. Now, from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Hit it.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
2nd and 5, complete to Washington. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
A gain of 6. And the Vikings first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Cook, he's got it off the draw. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Tackled that time by Jerome Baker out of Ohio State.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now left side on the swing pass. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Come on, set. 60 Pittsburgh. Go, go.
Here we go. Line 56.
Ready?
He's back to throw. He's got Smith here. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 32-yard line. He'll look to throw. Got an open man. It's McLeod. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
And remember, field goal does them no good in this situation.
You got to think they should be taking some shots for the end zone soon. They'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And he's going to keep it here. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches.
Protein spill.
They'll try to get it on the ground with Madison. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down.
High 7.
Mike 56. Mike 56.
Get that.
On 4th down, Abraham. And he's able to find Diggs. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal.
Hey, Haywood. Get it.
Back to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Amani Hooker. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 7-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 6-yard line.
So fire the cannons. It's a victory here for Tampa Bay. And I tell you, this was a fun one. Just a close game. Nothing comes easy in this league, as you know. They had to work for that victory.
I've got to go back to what you just said. Nothing comes easy in this league. How many times have we talked to coaches prior to a game and assessed, the strengths, the weaknesses, the whole deal? Even in games when one coach was a decided favorite, what do they always say to us? But you do know this is really a 7-point league. 7 points either way usually decides a ball game. We had exactly that in this one.
And not only that, but this